These are the people who died in the most unbelievable ways, and the last one is terrifying. Number 1. Kirsty MacColl. In 2000, British singer-songwriter Kirsty MacColl was swimming with her family in a designated safe zone off the coast. Suddenly, a speedboat illegally entered the restricted area at full speed. Kirsty spotted it just in time. With only seconds to react, she shoved her son out of harm's way. He survived. Kirsty didn't. The boat struck her, killing her instantly and turning a moment of love into tragedy. Number 2. John Wayne. While filming The Conqueror, John Wayne and the cast worked just downwind from a nuclear test site. Radioactive dust blew across the set, but the government assured everyone it was safe. The crew trusted them. Years later, more than 90 people involved developed cancer and 46 died. John Wayne himself passed away from stomach cancer nearly 20 years after filming. Before I show you the last one, if you're not an alien, then like this video and subscribe to the channel. Only good humans can do. Aliens won't. Number 3. A girl was riding a carnival attraction when a cable snapped and hit her face. People screamed, but the ride operator did nothing. She tried to push the cable away, but it wrapped around her legs. Suddenly, the ride dropped, pulling the cable tight. It sliced through her feet. Doctors managed to reattach one, but the other was gone.
What would happen if the sun suddenly disappeared? For the first 8 minutes, nothing seems wrong. That's how long sunlight takes to reach Earth. But then
in the most
everything
horrifying,
changes.
horrible
Darkness
way.
swallows the planet. The
Slowly
sky turns
we'll
black.
suffer,
the moon
and then
stars the only light remaining, and temperatures begin to drop rapidly. Within hours, crops die, lakes freeze, and animals starve. Panic spreads as humans realize the sun is gone forever. Without the sun's gravity, the planets drift away. Earth shoots off in a straight line, leaving its orbit behind, heading into the void.
Think about
Days
this part,
and nights
the drifting
vanish.
part.
Oceans begin to freeze, and within a week, the surface of the planet is buried in ice. The atmosphere collapses, clouds turn to frozen dust, and fires burn out. People cling to geothermal vents, nuclear plants, and underground shelters, struggling to survive. Communication fails, nations vanish, and humanity fragments into tiny pockets of survivors. Months later, Earth is a frozen rock drifting through space, its oceans buried under miles of ice. The stars shine brighter than ever, but they bring no warmth. Somewhere in the endless cold, the last humans look up, remembering the sun, and wonder if life will ever see light again.
If you travel to the very edge of the universe, throw a spear into it, and it passes through, then it didn't actually hit the boundary. It just moved into more space. This means the universe must not actually end at the edge. It must be bigger. But if you throw the spear and it bounces off, well, that means that there still has to be something on the other side to block it. And something isn't nothing. Meaning, either way, the edge can't be the end, right? Well, this assumes that the universe has an actual edge, when in reality, space itself could just bend and warp around itself. Meaning, no matter how far you traveled, you just might never find an end to throw the spear at.
Good? I'm okay with that.
You won't believe these people were actually buried alive, and the last one is so disturbing it doesn't even sound real. Number 3. In 1915, Essie Dunbar was declared dead after suffering a seizure, and her funeral was held the very next day in South Carolina. When her sister arrived late, she begged to see Essie one last time. The coffin was dug up, and when the lid opened, Essie sat up and smiled. Essie wasn't dead at all, and she went ahead to live 47 more years. Number 2. In 2014, in Fez, Morocco, Mina El Hawari collapsed during the first day, slipping into a diabetic coma. Her date, Pat, believed she was dead and made a horrifying choice. Instead of calling for help, he buried her in his backyard. Days later, police uncovered the fresh grave. An autopsy revealed Mina was alive when buried. She died slowly, suffocating underground. And as we get to the final one, if you're not a donkey, then like this video and subscribe to the channel. Only good humans can do, donkeys won't. Number 1. In Madhya Pradesh, India, 45-year-old Latori Barman stumbled home drunk and fell into a deep pothole in the dark. Hours later, road workers arrived. They filled the hole with asphalt and crushed it flat with a steamroller. By morning, villagers spotted an arm sticking out of the road. When they dug him out, he had suffocated, buried alive beneath freshly laid pavement.
Hello, I'm Cheesecake. I'm very delicious because I'm packed
with
sugar and creamy richness, leaving your pancreas to pay the price.
Oh yeah.
Hello, I'm Vape. I steal oxygen from your lungs and fill them with toxic chemicals, slowly damaging your breathing. Hello, I'm Soda. I weaken your bones, make your body
biggest
weaker,
enemy.
and speed up skin aging. Hello, I don't just taste good. I drip fat, and your body keeps every drop. Hello, I'm Fries. Every bite you love, I turn it into fat, slow, smooth, and permanent. Hello, I'm Candy. I don't give you any benefits.
I don't eat candy.
I just cause pimples and harm your body. Hello, I'm Bacon. and tasty and very
I
good
don't
at one
eat
thing,
bacon.
turning your arteries into a cozy home of fat, one spray at a time. Hello, I'm Pizza.
Pizza.
And I bring FAT.
I love
Fat for your
pizza.
body, fat for your belly, fat for your future.
Yeah.
If you drank an ungodly amount of milk, would you get super buff because of the protein? Well, milk
don't
is
think so.
actually full of sugar, which will make you fat in large quantities. And this is why it's given to calves and babies, to literally fatten them up. But if you pass the milk through a collection of special membranes, the smaller molecules, like sugar, slip through and collect on one side. And the larger molecules, like protein, are too big to pass through, so they stay behind in the milk, which makes it super high in protein. And if you add in vitamins, minerals, and your own signature flavorings, you basically end up with a muscle-building super milk. But that would be a lot of work, so you should just get a prime
There will
shake
be
instead.
no miracles. Now this
Hey!
is serious.
Stop cleaning your teeth with a toothpick! It hurts, it damages your gums, and I can feel every single poke! Use proper brushing instead!
Hey! Stop checking me over and over and
I
stop
agree.
squeezing me!
Do not
You're
touch
only
it.
making the pain worse! Leave me alone and let me heal by myself!
Hey! Why do you always hit me with stuff? It hurts a lot! I am
Oh,
not your
Lord.
enemy! Watch your step and be careful! What? Stop biting my nails with your teeth! Your teeth
Oh
are not
my
nail cutters, and or I am not food to taste! Use a nail cutter and cut me properly! Hey! Stop
Absolutely.
putting your finger in me or scratching me like that! I am not for your itch, and you are only hurting me! Use a cotton swab or ear cleaner safely instead!
As the plane climbs higher, the air inside your body pushes against your eardrums until it feels like they're about to burst. That's because the pressure outside
swallow your
drops
saliva.
fast, and this affects
This
the
is what
pocket
I
of
do
air
to
behind your
release
eardrum, causing a pressure difference that
pressure
stretches it
I feel in my
outwards.
ears,
But
and
before
it
it does actually burst, a tube connected to your throat balances the pressure by
Here we go.
releasing air with a pop. And when you go lower, your eardrum is pushed
that.
inwards until the tube pops air back in. If you died and you had no friends, your funeral would be pretty much empty, which is kind of embarrassing. But you can pay professional actors to be briefed on the details of your life.
You
And they'll
already passed
quietly
away.
blend into the
Who's
crowd
gonna be
during the
embarrassed?
funeral, making it look like you were popular. They can cry on command, and if no one wants to make a speech, they can even do it themselves, making up heartwarming memories based on their notes about
This
you.
is ridiculous.
When you press down, a hollow metal tube punches through the cherry, removing the hard pit. Then, if you crack the pit open, you'll find an even smaller seed inside. Now, soak a paper towel with
Oh, I
water before
see.
placing the seed on top, adding a dusting of cinnamon to prevent mold from growing. Then,
Okay,
fold the
I
wet
didn't
towel
know
over
that.
the seed and seal it inside a plastic bag, placing it inside your fridge. And in just about 12 weeks, a tiny root will push out of the seed. Remove the bag and place it inside a pot with dirt, making sure that the root is pointing down. Then cover it with dirt and add a small splash of water. Eventually, a tree will push up through the soil, growing a cherry to start the whole process again.
Cool.
These are the people who died in the most unbelievable ways, and the last one is terrifying. Number 1, Kirsty MacColl. In 2000, British singer-songwriter Kirsty MacColl was swimming with her family in a designated safe zone off the coast. Suddenly, a speedboat illegally entered the restricted area at full speed. Kirsty spotted it just in time. With only seconds to react, she shoved her son out of harm's way. He
This is
survived. Kirsty
sad.
didn't. The boat struck her, killing her instantly and turning a moment of love into tragedy. Number 2, John Wayne. While filming The Conqueror, John Wayne and the cast worked just downwind from a nuclear test site. Radioactive dust blew across the set, but the
Where?
government assured everyone it was safe. The crew trusted them. Years later, more than 90 people involved developed cancer and 46
What?
died. John Wayne himself passed away from stomach cancer nearly 20 years after filming. Before I show you the last one, if you're not an alien, then like this video and subscribe to the
I
channel.
am an
Only good
alien.
humans
Do
can
not
do.
like,
Aliens
do
won't.
not
Number 3.
subscribe.
A girl was riding a carnival attraction when a cable snapped and hit her face. People screamed, but the ride operator did nothing. She tried to push the cable away, but it wrapped around her legs. Suddenly, the ride dropped. dropped, pulling the cable tight. It sliced through her feet. Doctors managed to reattach one, but the other was gone.
He found the injured fish on the ocean floor, and instead of letting it die, he fed it crabs every day. He gave it gentle kisses on its head as it slowly recovered. When it finally healed, the man watched it swim away, thinking this was his goodbye. But the next day, he noticed a familiar shape coming closer. Seconds passed as they looked at each other. Then the fish rushed over, bumping itself against his hand so he could pet it. 30 years later, whenever he goes down to dive, the fish is still there to greet his old friend.